Good morning, traders. This is Shane Scott, the moderator of News Where's Trade Talk. At Trade Talk, we're providing you with the most up-to-the-minute news on the market, along with the facts, themes, and short-term trading ideas for the day ahead. Joining me today is our trading anchor, Bill Olson, who brings over 30 years of institutional trading knowledge to our program. We're going to get things started with our markets update. U.S. futures are trading higher this morning, with S&P futures up 0.27%, Dow futures up 0.18%, and Nasdaq futures up 0.4%. Markets are positive today as more central bank officials have joined in predictions that inflationary pressures are transitory, easing new concerns raised by the latest U.S. economic data. Following a drop in the U.S. benchmarks yesterday after home sale and consumer confidence data suggested rising prices are taking a toll, contracts on the S&P and Nasdaq could be signaling stocks will keep moving higher today. More clues as to the outlook for the U.S. economy will show through tomorrow's jobs data. Elsewhere in markets, the dollar and oil have remained steady, and gold has erased 2021 losses. Over in Europe, the Stock 600 index erased advance as the bank's sub-index declined amid worries about a new tax targeting Swedish lenders. Miners also pushed lower after China's increase in effort to curb commodity prices. Bill, what are you seeing as far as market updates?
You know, Shane, I've been watching the S&Ps all morning long, and they are trending higher, and that's a really nice start to the day. The trading range has been a little tight, but I do see this. I do see it breaking out to a much higher when the market opens up. I do think we're going well above the S&P SPY is above 420. I can tell that inflation and monetary policy still remain in focus. The market, for now appears to be listening to these comments from the Fed officials where they've been very consistent, that a change in monetary policy in the near future is unlikely. But there's a key inflation report coming out on Friday that could change these dynamics. Earnings results have still been the main driver of the markets, and they're going to likely keep the averages moving higher today. I looked at the Asian markets overnight, and Japan markets did close higher. There are concerns of the rising coronavirus infection rates, happening over there and the slow vaccine rollouts. But you saw gains in, the property and electrical appliance makers and the casino stocks in the Asian markets overnight. Europe is seeing gains in the travel and leisure sectors, which is nice to see this morning. Financials are moving a little lower, but looks like things are going to be shaping up for a good day today, Shane.
Moving into earnings to watch, it looks like Dick's Sporting Goods did pretty well. Bill, why don't you tell us about it?
Oh, Dick's did well. I mean, they're up 7.39% right now to $90.39. Dick's delivered a beat of $2.67 on higher revenue. They really did a fine job this quarter. Intuit, on the other hand, that's ticker INTU. They missed by 40 cents, but gave really strong guidance for the next quarter. So it's a positive. Ramp, R-A-M-P, Richard Apple, Mary Paul, this is Live Ramp Holdings. They beat by 2 cents on higher revenue. Urban Outfitters, that's ticker URBN, under Richard Boy Nancy. They beat by 37 cents on higher revenue. Toll Brothers, the home builder. We've been talking about this, for the last quarter. Toll Brothers came in strong. They beat by 21 cents on higher revenue. And Build-A-Bear Workshop, ticker BBW, Boy William. It's really forgotten about but these guys came in with a nice beat of $1.13 on higher revenue last night. So yeah, Build-A-Bear did well last night.
How about insights as far as upcoming earning announcements?
Let's keep on looking at some retailers. A&F, that's Abercrombie, ticker Apple Nancy Frank. They're priced for a 7.5% move when they release this afternoon. Call put ratio is 3.6%. Now, they're expecting a loss of 37 cents, but keep an eye on Abercrombie. Workday, that's ticker WDAY, William David Apple Yellow. They're priced for a 5.3% move when they release this afternoon. Call put ratio was flat for the weekly options at 0.97, but the EPS there is 73 cents, which they might be able to beat. Williams Sonoma, that's ticker WSM, William Sam Michael, they're priced for a 7.3% move when they release this afternoon. Call put ratio is positive at 1.48. Earnings per share estimates are $1.82. Best Buy, that's ticker BBY, Boy Yellow. They're releasing tomorrow morning. They're priced for a 4.4% move. Call put ratio yesterday was 1.04. Their earnings estimates are calling for $1.35 a share. Dollar Tree, this is interesting. DLTR, David, Larry, Tom, Richard. They're priced for a 5.7% move when they release tomorrow morning. The call put ratio was 0.57, which is negative. Their expected EPS is $1.35. You know, these dollar stores, they're not doing good. The call put ratios lately has been very negative. There's some concern going into their earnings, as well as the other earnings for the dollar discount stores.
Moving into economic reports, Bill, tell us what we're seeing for reports today.
At 10 a.m. there's a minor report from State Street Bank. It's the State Street Investor Confidence Index. That'll be out at 10. But at 10:30, we have the EIA oil stockpiles report. You know, the API numbers came out indicating a draw, which is bullish for oil. You know, the oil stocks should, benefit when this report comes out. So I'm looking for the oil reports to show more of a drawdown in stockpiles. So that would lead to higher oil prices and higher prices for the oil stocks. That is coming out at 10:30 a.m. And Randall Quarles, he's the vice chair of the Fed. He's going to be speaking twice today. He's going to be speaking at 10 a.m. and again at 3 p.m. this afternoon.
Moving into our morning's critical insights, starting things off with one on Facebook, ticker FB. The European Commission is preparing a formal antitrust probe into allegations of anti-competitive practices leveled against Facebook. The Commission has already questioned Facebook and its competitors in an attempt to determine if Facebook is actually stifling classified ads competitors by promoting its marketplace services for free to its 2 billion users. The formal investigation could be officially announced within coming days, though the timing is still being discussed and officials are still narrowing down the scope of the investigation. Facebook's share price is up 0.25% in pre-market. News on Toyota, ticker TM. The company just announced their 2022 Highlander Hybrid, which will be on sale later this year. Toyota's share price is up 0.49% in pre-market. News on Tritium. A developer and manufacturer of direct current fast chargers for electric vehicles. The company is set to become a publicly listed company through a business combination with Decarbonization Plus Acquisition. That's ticker DCRN. The combined company will trade on Nasdaq under the ticker symbol DCFC. DCRN's share price is up 1.97% in pre-market. In other news, Altimmune, ticker ALT, released data from its preclinical study that showed its AdCOVID vaccine candidate neutralizes the South African variant. In other news, Uber, ticker UBER, is set to strike a deal to recognize UK's GMB union. Uber's share price is up 0.63% in pre-market. News on Apple, ticker AAPL. The company will be opening a new location, Apple Via del Corso in Rome, on May 27th. That's tomorrow. Apple share price is up 0.36% in pre-market. Lastly, for me, one on Carlyle Group, ticker CG. The company has agreed to buy Vectura Group for $1.4 billion in cash to boost the UK drug maker's transformation. Bill, what are you seeing as far as this morning's news?
Well, Shane, I break my news alerts down into specific events and for industry sectors. It really just helps me jump on the news and really sort it in a real clear, distinct format, so I know what to do. As soon as the market opens up. And I'm looking at my Fang alert. Amazon, there's a lot going on there. The key thing is Amazon's holding a shareholder meeting today. Expectations are high that they're going to actually be announcing a deal with a pending or possible takeover of MGM Studios. So that may hit this morning when they do their shareholders meeting. Tuesday, they were hit with an antitrust lawsuit by the District of Columbia, which alleges that the company was blocking sellers on its marketplace from offering better deals elsewhere, which is kind of leading to higher prices for consumers. They also came out and they said that their cloud services unit is going to be launching 3 new data centers in the Middle East in the second half of next year. In terms of Facebook, they're also having a shareholders meeting. Theirs starts at 1 p.m. Now, there's a news announcement out there that says their employees in New York City are expected to start returning to the office this summer. And Netflix, I continue to see these indications that Netflix is looking to expand into the gaming business. This could really be hot. This could really gain some momentum, when more content and this becomes a clearer picture of what their intentions are. My Dow Jones 30 alert, Chevron, ticker CVX, Charlie Victor X right there, holding a shareholders meeting today at 11 a.m. JP Morgan's been on watch. Why the Wall Street CEOs are going to be testifying before the Senate Banking Committee today and tomorrow at Congress on pandemic and their pandemic response. CRM, they're going to be releasing earnings Thursday afternoon. Please note it's priced for a $10 move. Boeing was awarded $101 million contract modification last night. And that was from the U.S. government. I'm looking at the options market, and I'm seeing low volatility in the semiconductor space. I'm looking at the semiconductor ETF. That's SMH, Sam Michael Henry. The 30-day option implied volatility in SMH is at 27. Now, you look at the 52-week range of 25 to 43. Yeah, it's very low, indicating there's not much price movement is expected. But when these things heat up and they move fast. You look at On Semiconductor, that's ticker ON, Oscar Nancy. 30-day option implied volatilities at 38. The 52-week range is 37 to 76. Marvel Technologies, that's ticker MRVL, Michael Richard Victor Larry. 30-day option implied volatility here is at 41. 52-week range is 34 to 68. It's still on the low side. Micron, MU, Michael Under, 30-day option implied volatility is at 36. You compare that to the 52-week range of 34 to 64, and you can see that it is on the low range. When the semiconductors start to heat up, it's typically too late. They'll move $3 in a single day, before the market even opens. So you want to buy these when the volatility is low. I'm looking at events that are going on today. Dollar General, that's ticker DG, 10 a.m. this morning. They're having their annual shareholders meeting. United Airlines, this could be interesting. Something exciting may have to be announced here. At 10 a.m., they're having their annual shareholders meeting. Exxon, they're holding their annual shareholders meeting, but that starts at 10:30. Chevron's starts at 11 a.m. So they're kind of back to back. This is Big Lots, ticker BIG, Boy India Grace. Their annual shareholders meeting is going to start at 11 a.m. I like these events because you know what? Oftentimes big news events happen at these annual shareholders meetings. The idea is to get into the stock before the annual shareholders meeting starts, hope for a little positive news that's going to move the needle into a positive tone and be able to get out, 15, 30 minutes after that news announcement when the volatility is typically at the highest. In terms of guidance stories, Capri Holdings, the ticker is Charlie Paul Richard India, CPRI. The company forecasted annual revenue well above Wall Street's expectations. They're really betting on shoppers returning to the stores in the United States following a speedy vaccinations and pent-up demand for European luxury goods. Michael Kors and Versace, their parent company is, CPRI, and they're expecting revenue of about $5.1 billion for next year, and analysts were estimating $4.99 billion. So that's a nice uptick. Dick's Sporting Goods, we kind of talked about the big earnings beat, but let me tell you about their guidance. Dick's Sporting Goods raised their full year guidance for this year. They're now viewing the full year guidance be between $8 and $8.70. It's $8 to $8.70. The previous guidance was $4.40 to $5.20. That makes a consensus estimate there was $5.32. And now they're doing, $8 to $8.70. Wow, that's a big jump for Dick's Sporting Goods.
Well, moving into our Trade Talk picks for today, I'm picking Workday, ticker WDAY. They're in a good sector, working with tech, and that's a positive market right now. They've had positive open interest this morning. It's a 2.3 on calls to put ratio. It's an earnings play. The EPS is expected 73 cents after market close. And just even some analysts have been saying their value is 37% above, the intrinsic value is 37% above their actual share price. So they're looking good in a lot of different ways, and I expect some positivity into the close. What's your pick looking like, Bill?
I'm going with Williams Sonoma. That's ticker WSN, Williams Sam Mary. And with these earnings plays, you like to have multiple factors going in. And you do this through research. You do this by going through the historical news and finding those items that are really going to be a difference maker. Now, Williams Sonoma has a call put ratio of 1.48. That's positive. That's good. The earnings are due out in the afternoon. It's priced for a 7.35% move when released. Now there are questions. One of them on Williams Sonoma is, will they be able to sustain these pandemic gains at Williams Sonoma? Will they be able to stick? Now, the company, that could lead to the company delivering a series of beats because, if they're thinking that there might not be strong, the stock did sell off, but I'm looking at the housing market. And the housing market has been so strong. When the housing market is strong, you buy housing goods. And where do you buy your housing goods? Williams Sonoma. So with the strong housing market continuing, which you saw with those numbers from Toll Brothers today, I'm thinking Williams Sonoma will come in. They'll surprise everybody with a strong beat this afternoon. So I'm looking for Williams Sonoma to move higher from where it closed. It closed yesterday at 168.05, and I'm thinking it's going to be moving much higher today. But that's my pick for today, Williams Sonoma.
Well, let's talk about what's hot off the press. So this is the news that's hitting the tape as we speak, moving the markets today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Looking at our newswire alerts, Bill, which are the ones we should be letting traders know about?
Let's talk about Bed Bath & Beyond. That's ticker BBBY, boy, yellow. They just partnered with DoorDash for same-day deliveries. It's kind of positive news for both companies. MDRX, this is Allscripts. They just announced a $350 million share repurchasing program. That's positive news for MDRX, Michael David Richard X-Ray.
One for Merck KGaA. That's ticker MKGAY. The company just announced a new synthetic cholesterol product for mRNA-based vaccines.
I see Ford. That's ticker F, as in Frank. Ford is establishing a division called Ford Pro. It's like vehicle service and distribution business. CNK, Charlie Nancy Kilo. It's Cinemark. They just signed a deal to get better recliner seats for their movie theaters.
GameStop, ticker GME, has just gained 6.8% in pre-open after launching an NFT website.
Oh, here's one interesting on Google. Google just strikes a deal with the hospital chain to develop healthcare algorithms.
Anything else interesting for you, Bill?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Same here. So that'll do it for what's hot off the press. Traders, keep in mind, you can receive the same breaking stories we do simply by subscribing at newswire.com. Check us out for a free trial today. Moving into our scoreboard, talking about how our picks did from Tuesday, I had Boston Scientific, ticker BSX. It opened at $43.01 and went as high as $43.31 by 12:30 p.m. for a 0.69% gain. The stock ended up closing lower back at $43.03, so no loss, but the stock didn't end up running up as high as we would have hoped for. So not too bad, but wish it would have popped a little bit more. How'd yours end up doing, Bill?
Well, I did NVIDIA. That's ticker NVDA. And this is an expensive stock. And it was up big yesterday morning in the pre-markets, which really concerned me. And, the stock did open up high at $630.64. And it did run up to $632.74, within, the first 5 minutes. But I was cautious. I was like, you know what? I want to wait it. And I waited till, that 10 o'clock hour. And, that's when the stock did give back all those gains. It was actually sitting at the 620 level. And then, it just ran from there and it closed on the day at 625. And you look at it this morning, it's trading 629. So that was really a timing trade. Earnings are this afternoon. There was some nice movement in it, but yesterday's pre-market was just, you knew there was going to be some opportunity. I just felt that it was too high a price. It was up too much too soon without any news announcement. So I was holding back, but I was ready to pounce. And that 30-minute waiting period really did pay off.
Nice. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Trade Talk. But traders, you know what to do. Let's get out there. Let's make some green.